So I like to block in the shape of my hand first with diluted paint and then draw my contour around that. I just find it so much easier to visualize the composition like really early on. And now I'm just putting my shadows. I'm going to establish a range, you see, and then my lightest light's already in. And so I know kind of where the form's going, where it's starting or where it's ending. And I can just work around that and make it turn as I see it in real life. I just got a mirror by my side here and this painting from my hand, which is resting on my thigh. And so I'm just working the form over. You got to be careful in all this working of the paint that you don't lose the initial color that you established. It can all become like a monochromatic kind of dirty kind of mess. I've been guilty of that before, just from working it and kind of losing the chroma and the type of color that you initially saw and put down. And so that's where I was at the end of the first session. I'd really like to talk about some of these things as I'm doing them, in real time. Some of the concepts would be so much easier to talk about with a paintbrush in hand at the easel, so I might make videos like that in the future. If you want to subscribe and follow along, or leave a comment if you'd like to see that. But I think something that I find really important, that I think everyone finds really important, is kind of the way you look at your subject. You don't focus in on little things. You don't focus in at all, really. Like, I could look at the whole thing out of focus the whole time, and I pretty much do, because sometimes I step away from the easel and it takes a while for my eyes to readjust to focusing because they've been out of focus for so long. And by using your eyes and looking in this way, you're able to see your subject as it truly is, everything in relation to everything else. Your ability to see value, color, and even the drawing will improve drastically, and that's kind of the starting point for everything that you're doing on the canvas, right? Your eyes are where it all begins. And so learning to see properly and being pretty strict on yourself with that is, a very good tip. Hands can be quite difficult to paint. You really have to be conscious of how each finger is unique and how the hand's kind of twisting, and that's putting the fingers at slightly different angles, and so they're seeing slightly different amounts of light. And even from knuckle to knuckle, in between the knuckles, the finger kind of twists and turns in different ways. So if you're paying attention, you'll see these kind of things, and you won't end up with sausage fingers that all kind of look the same, and it just looks like a slab of meat with some sausages on it. So notice how different parts of the finger are receiving different amounts of light, and remember that when you turn a form like this, you're saying something about the orientation of that form to the light. And through this you can convey how a form turns and how it sits in space. I hope you enjoyed this little demo. Like I said before, I'll probably do some more in real time, so subscribe for more, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thank you.